I'll wait to see your golden smile, feel of 1,000 kisses. Oh.
Good morning. Wow, look at those mountains. Dang. We just had breakfast. I will say I miss coffee. I miss my American coffee. I know that sounds weird. People make fun of American coffee, but the view is certainly much better here. There's always a bunch of people swimming down there, so I'd like to try that out, but it's actually kind of cool this morning. I don't know, that water seems kind of cold. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different olives. 10 different types of olives. Super quick status update. Don't mind that. We're in Finike, Turkey. We made it here yesterday afternoon from Kaş. It was about a 6-hour sail, motor sail. Not a lot of wind. We actually had a pretty big storm halfway through. I mean, a bad storm, 30-knot winds. So really no sails up, mostly motored. Genoa was up for a little while. That's about it. But we made it to Finike. Finike. This is our view from our room. I don't know if you can see the mountains all the way like behind the other mountains. The mountains behind the mountains. They just get bigger and bigger and bigger. You can see our boat from here. Our boat is between the two chimneys right there. You can see our little dinghy right where that person's walking. Anyway, that's the marina. That's all for now. We're good, we're safe. Zoe's fine, there's no grass in Turkey. Coffee, finding good coffee and potty for Zoe has been the hardest part. Sunday, like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and off we go into town to find some food for the barbecue that we're invited to at the marina this afternoon. Come on. So let's see how long a walk this is gonna be. We're not really sure what kind of ribs they are. We haven't Googled Gurkan et. I don't have my glasses on, I can't even see. But it looks good, whatever animal it is. So it's going back into my purse because I didn't have any other purse to carry meat in. This seemed like a good purse to carry meat in. When I ask why I'm not losing weight, somebody just pull up this video for me to remind me. Thank you. We got a dog and a backpack and a purse full of food and meat and stuff for the barbecue this afternoon that we've been invited to at the marina. I'm out of breath because all I've done the last 3 weeks is eat butter. And we're at our hotel. That's the street that goes up to our house. And now we're trying to find our way to the marina, trying to find a shortcut because we're trying to find a shortcut into the marina to see if we don't have to go all the way to the front entrance where we were earlier shopping for stuff. But I don't know, I have a feeling there's only gonna be one way in and one way out for security, which I will also appreciate considering this is gonna be our home for a couple of months at least. What an amazing view. There's Okaliptüs and Boomerang and Wild Odyssey. Get some video for the new owner of Wild Odyssey. It's a very nice marina. We've already made friends. There's I guess every Sunday? Every Sunday they have a barbecue and there's like 100 people behind me. Yeah, there's a huge amount of people. So this may or may not be nice, having the boat right there as far as quietness goes. But there's no loud music or anything, and it's like 7 or 8 o'clock at night, so that's not bad.
Today we're continuing the sea trial we weren't able to finish the other day because of the storm we went through on our way to Finike from Cache. We waited for a very calm morning in order to raise the mainsail while docked in the marina. At the same time, we were treated to a 2-hour lesson on everything mainsail related by Boomerang's owner Anthony, which was absolutely invaluable and amazing. I have spliced and diced this video to shorten it for the episode, so you're only getting to see and to listen to about 20% of the mainsail portion of the sea trial. Please keep that in mind as you more seasoned sailors think about the hundreds of things that you think Anthony may have failed to tell us about.
Time to raise the sails.
Now with these boats, as the mainsail goes up, it'll actually lift the boom at the topping lift. And that's now let's follow the topping lift up to the top of the mast. You see there's 2 grooves.
Right.
The left groove has a topping lift going into it. The right groove has the main halyard, which you can barely see coming up here. So when we put the sail up, as this mainsail's going up, you have to make sure that your mainsail doesn't go on this side of the topping lift, it goes on this side of the topping lift.
Okay.
Only because at the top of the mast, the top of the square top will be behind the topping lift and then coming down under. Just to put it up in the marina and bring it down the marina, no big deal. But if you were putting it up and you were sailing for days, you'd actually be starting to chafe either the topping lift or the top of the sail. That's the most important thing when you raise the mainsail. The other thing, of course, is just to watch these lines. These are your lazy bag lines. As the back of the sail goes up where the battens are, it sticks out a little bit, and they love to go up on the inside like that to get caught.
Okay.
So you just got to watch that as you go up.
Okay.
Remember yesterday when I was saying, as you bring the sail down, it'll get to a point about 2 meters up, and that's when the soft shackle from the square top will pop out of the carver hook. When it does that, you now have no pressure here to keep bringing this down. And that's what this line is for, so you can pull it down.
Okay.
We call it a down.
Get down.
So what she needs to do is she needs to pull this halyard over to here to connect it.
Right.
So to do that, we need to unjam the halyard.
Got it. Just give it some slack.
Yeah, just give it some slack.
So you can pull it.
You can pull it down to here.
I got you.
Now as you tighten it.
Okay, cool.
We've already loosened that so that we could put hook through. Right?
Right.
This is your reef 1, 2, and 3. When you raise the sail, just good practice, just to have them open, in case there's any.
Right.
And the other thing to mention is, because the main halyard is 10 mil, you need 4 wraps around the winch.
Okay.
These thicker lines, we only need 3.
Okay.
You can see this one has 4 wraps now.
Yeah, that's just me being over.
And that's what I do. I just put 4 wraps on it. But 3 minimum, never less than 3.
Okay.
So this is your main sheet. They're
Right.
nice and labelled, so that's fine. So because we need a bit of slack in the main sheet, we need to open the main sheet.
Okay.
And you can even just pull a bit through so that it doesn't even, because that's a little bit of tension, so it just gives you a little bit less tension as
Right.
you're coming through. And you can leave it open or you can close it. It's sort of better to close it, because if all of a sudden we get a huge gust, the boom could fly across and you'd have effect. As the mainsail goes up, it's going to want to pull these through, and as it tries to pull these through, that creates a lot of friction as well. So you will see a lot of people they will also just pull some slack through and just weave it up on their deck like this.
Okay.
So that if there's any extra tension wanting to come through the sail, it can easily just go up. You're pulling it up, which means you're pulling the rope in. So that, why do you need it down? You don't need it down. But if there was a problem and you needed to quickly drop it again, it needs to be able to quickly drop. So you should set it so you can quickly drop it. Okay, so you slacken your main sheet. These are all ready to go. These are all fed out ready. You're hooked up, you're all ready to go.
Okay.
Yes.
So you put 4 wraps on that.
Okay.
This rolls up and just sits in here and zips away if you want. And it just zips across. You're done, okay? So now you can actually see, nice, you've got good visibility.
Right.
The other thing that is sometimes worthwhile, depending on how much of your clears and that you've got up, is that this panel here also zips back. Tailing your toe. And so you can now look that way, you can look that, see now you've got good visibility above the bimini. However, often, just out of habit, sometimes you might go like this. If you go like this, watch your hair.
Okay.
Because your hair will get caught in there, and it's an electric winch, super powerful, it will rip out a yoke.
It feels painful just talking about it. We're ready?
Yep.
Yep. Beautiful.
Easy.
Just like that?
Yep.
Okay.
Worry about is the back of the sail getting clear of the lazy jacks.
Gotcha.
And the back of the sail being clear of the top of it.
Right.
That's a reef point. So you know you're at your third reef when you see that patch.
Okay.
When you see the next patch, that's the second reef. The next patch is the first reef. It gives you an idea as to how far.
Going up.
Keep going, that's fine. Now at the second reef. Hold. Okay. 3. So you're at your first reef at the
First
moment.
reef. Okay.
So you've still got about 2 meters to go.
Okay.
And of course you can tell by the top of the mast.
Yeah.
On the top of the mast, another 4 inches.
That's it. That's it.
Is that right?
Right.
That's a little bit looser. You would put it up maybe another inch.
Yeah. I got
Doesn't matter today.
I got you.
Now you can see as we've been doing this, the main sheet has gotten tight.
Yeah.
Because the back of the sail's lifted up. See, so there. That's how much it wants to go up just being on a full sail.
Right.
So you see, just come up here and I'll show you around the back. Just kind of walk around like that. So your reefing lines coming straight up the back of the sail through.
Yeah.
Friction between straight back in here.
And that's 3.
That's through.
Okay.
And you can see they're not tight.
No.
They're not adding any extra pressure
Okay.
to your sail. That's 2 in this. No tension, but just enough. If I took this off now, because when you sail, you typically don't leave your main halyard on the winch, because that frees up your winches to do other things. As you take it off, it's going to go make a big shuddering noise. So kind of about that. Yep. And now it's being held by that.
Okay.
Let it out. There you go. So you're now lowering the sail. And what will happen is as you get further and further down, the weight of the sail will disappear. So you need to unwrap. Makes it easy for us. Keep going.
Is that about a good speed? Is that a good speed? Okay. Coming down?
I'll just tighten this main stop the boom from clicking on it. And then I'll show you the third reef.
Yeah, I want you to show me that.
Up here, caught under there.
Okay.
It should just sort of lift it,
Right.
but yeah, it never does when you need it to.
What side do you want me on?
This side.
Okay.
This is the third reef, right? Just through
Rather have an in.
Still a lot of stuff. Let's stay in.
And as you pull it down, it only flips. We leave this soft shackle on here
Okay.
so that we don't argue as to who left it where last time.
Okay.
Some people on their boats, they'll actually just take up that tension by taking it back to the helm.
Right.
The reason I don't do it is because that is that extra friction when you put it up next time that you don't have to worry about.
Not much there on
Yeah, your teeth is, but by the time you're in, you can just go like that.
that. We're fixing lead water in the boat with.
Yeah, so this is a hole in the boat, obviously.
Yeah.
This one works exactly like this one. So at the bottom, there's these two rubber gaskets. They go through, and up the top, there's a second gasket. Or a third gasket actually, and then to hold it in place it screws on. So to get it off, you've got to first unscrew it until you can feel that it's no longer screwed, and that will have just raised it about 1 millimeter. You still won't get any water at that point, and then you've got to pull it out. And as you pull it out, water will start spewing in the boat. It's only that big, it's not a huge amount of water, but it's all very exciting the first time it happens.
Sure. It's like you're
Exciting.
letting water in your boat.
Just here there's a little plastic clip with a little thing. You can, another way is just to put a zip tie through there and you just sort of zip tie it on. It just hangs there. Every time you use it, you just cut the zip tie off and put it on. Or you can just wire it on like that. But never take this out of there.
Okay, because you'll lose it.
There's no reason ever to need it not in there. So you always need it in there. I put it so that I can see what I'm doing. The arrow's that way, the arrow's that way. Everything's ready, right?
Right.
That's all you do. Did you see the bright light? You see the bright light? That was the water underneath.
That was, yes.
So now you push it in, and then you would screw it on.
And that's tightening it up.
And then you tighten it as much as you want. Now that's how much water came out. So you see my little dam, otherwise you would have been picking that up from back there.
Right.
You soak them on, I've got the bucket.
Okay. So while she's doing that, we'll look at this. So this is your wheel. This is incredibly clean, but that's because they just hauled out.
Right.
So that's why this has got to go that way, because the water runs past here and spins this wheel. And that spinning the wheel is all the calculations on your plotter.
Amazing.
So on a normal boat that hasn't been out of having maintenance done in the last 3 days, this will have a little bit of barnacles on it here. There'll even be barnacles in it in here.
Seaweed.
Everything.
I just soak it in vinegar.
So see, I can feel that there is the lubricant on there.
Okay.
Or the sealant, or whatever you want to call it. And then I also just put a little ring there. And that's the whole process.
Okay.
So to do it the other way, you swap it around. I leave my transducer in if we're out, but if I'm stopping for a month, I'll swap it out.
Swap it out.
Because you can see it took 30 seconds.
Right.
Not that. Okay, so reverse of this, unscrew it.
You're putting it back in, are you?
Practice.
Anthony's very clever.
So you see when I pulled it up, it started coming out. You just push it back in a little bit more, now it's not leaking.
Right.
But now it's just sitting there, and it's easy to do. Salt water everywhere. Okay.
One more time.
One more time.
Is that screwed to hang it?
That was a painting, yeah. So rather than unscrew it and leave a hole in the wall, you know that if you've got a frame picture you want,
Perfect.
Did you have that torch?
Yep.
Because I don't think I quite put that in straight then. So before I push
it down, yeah.
I'll just check the orientation.
And now you just tighten.
Now I'm going to push it in.
That's it.
And then that'll just start the screw. And then it gets taut. And then I normally just use a cloth and just hand tighten it. Because my hands are wet now, you see.
Right.
Occasionally these will get a little bit of a drip every now and then. It's not a big deal. You can just temporarily Sikaflex around it while you're out. And then the next time you haul out, you can just rebit it.